Sound Off.
Rated T14.
Once again, Horry and Georgetown counties, you're listening to Sound Off. We're live at Sonic, and I'm excited to have the manager at Sonic with me. Tanisha, I'm going to throw it to you so you can interview this very handsome young man on this morning.
Good morning, guys. I'm sitting here with
Corey Thomas.
Yes, the super cool manager right here at Sonic in Conway. Now, Mr. Thomas, I want to ask you about pop culture and like how, like you're a parent, like do you think it's affecting your children? Well, your oldest is a 10-year-old. You think it's affecting her now?
Well, right at this moment, I don't think it is. I think that in the near future it could, but you know, she listens to a bunch of Justin Bieber now, so there's really not a lot of negativity coming into that. So I think it has a lot to do with the parents and everything of how they take it, and the parents, you know, control that type of music to their kids.
Now I'm gonna ask you one more thing about the TV shows. Like I'm gonna give you one, Jersey Shore. Like as a parent, how do you feel about that show?
My kids will never watch that show.
I agree with you on that one. Now here on Sound Off, we allow you to shout out anybody you would like to. Anybody, this is your time.
I want to shout out to everybody at Shout Out and my Sonic Drive-In. Come by and see us. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, guys. It's your girl, Tanisha. And as you know, today we're broadcasting from Sonic. And today's topic is pop culture. And right now I have with me
Jonathan Hyman.
Okay, Jonathan, I want your opinion. Like pop culture nowadays, like the TV shows, like Jersey Shore, 16 Pregnant, Teen Mom, or even the music we listen to nowadays. How does that is it affecting the younger generation or our generation today?
I think it's affecting our generation in many different ways. I think there's a lot more sexual, I don't know, they show a lot of sexual things on TV and a lot more, it's more explicit on the radio. So a lot of younger people are getting into bad habits, but it's also affecting us in good ways and making people understand that you should be yourself and express yourself very good. And that's it.
Thank you. And on Sound Off, we give you a chance to shout out anybody you want to. So this is your time.
Shout out my girlfriend, Savannah Caroline Lee. You can add her on Facebook. Follow her on Twitter. All right, that's it.
All right, I see DeAndre over there with one of Common High School's former awesome cheerleaders. Who do you got over there with you?
Okay. How you doing today? DeAndre Campbell. And let's see who I have with me today. What's your name?
Savannah Lee.
All right, Savannah Lee. You said that you was a common cheerleader. So how old do you know?
I'm 19. I graduated last year.
All right, cool. So our topic today is pop culture, and the question is, well, how does pop culture? What do you think pop culture affects your generation or like your peers and whatnot?
I mean, don't get me wrong, I listen to it, but I do agree that it's very provocative and not very appropriate. I do think that parents should definitely monitor what their kids can and can't watch and listen to.
All right. You personally, like the songs or the things that you watch on TV, does that personalize or does that affect who you are as a person, or do you just like watch for entertainment? Like, how does it influence you?
I mean, it doesn't really influence me because if you want to do something, you're going to do it regardless of what you see and hear. But I think it's mainly for younger teenagers. Parents should definitely be, you know, you don't want them to like be interested in this kind of things so early. So, I mean, I definitely think parents of young teenagers should definitely monitor what they watch and stuff.
Okay, thank you. And like anybody that does Sound Off, we let you do a shout out. You can shout out your mom, dad, boyfriend, whoever you have. So you can just give them a shout out and just say their name.
Shout out to Jonathan Hyman.
All right, thank you. You have a good day. So, shout out anybody that you like to shout out.
Shout out to Pam Baker Sellers and Taylor Sellers.
Okay, you have a nice day.
Good morning, Horry and Georgetown counties, and welcome to Sound Off. Now, Sound Off is heard weekly on your favorite radio station, and we are sponsored each week by Carolina Teen Health, and it is our goal at Sound Off to deal with topics that are relevant to our young people. And I am very excited. We are live in Conway at Sonic, and I just ran across a very beautiful young lady. On this morning, what we're talking about is pop culture, and we're talking about the negative influence, or maybe not a negative influence, on this generation of young people. And so I'd like to say good morning to you, beautiful.
Good morning.
And who am I talking to?
Chelsea Johnson.
Chelsea Johnson. Okay, Chelsea, let's talk. Can I talk to you for a few minutes? Okay, have you seen the show on MTV? If I'm not mistaken, it's called Pregnant and 16? 16 and Pregnant? Okay, let's get it right. So just let's talk about that show specifically. Do you think that show has a negative influence on this generation of young ladies?
Most definitely.
Okay, and when you say most definitely, in what way would you say it's negative?
They're showing people's lives of being 16 and pregnant, and this generation, people like to follow. So if you're showing a life of somebody being 16 and pregnant, other people are going to want to do it.
Okay, do you think the word that we can use is glamorized then?
Yes.
Okay, and in what regard do you think they're glamorized in the show?
They're making it look like it's okay.
Okay, and would you agree or disagree that could definitely be a problem as it relates to our young people?
I agree.
Okay, I certainly appreciate your time. At Sound Off, we always want to give you the opportunity to do some shout outs. So at this time, you can shout out anyone you'd like to shout out.
I like to shout out to my fiance and my parents, Quentin Randall, who works here at Sonic, and Angela and Robert Johnson.
Okay, thank you very much. You have a wonderful day. Once again, Horry and Georgetown counties, you're listening to Sound Off, heard weekly on your favorite radio station. And I have a very nice, beautiful young lady with me on this morning. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
And what is your name?
My name is Robin Howdy.
And you have a nice looking dog here that's trying to lick me. You know, I'm not an animal lover. Maybe I should be because that's a good looking dog. What we're talking about this morning is pop culture. And we're talking about, do you think as an adult, looks like a very respectful adult, do you think that pop culture in terms of music and the clothing and what our young people read, how has it affected them? Negative, or do you think it's no big deal that we shouldn't be concerned about what's going on with this generation of young people?
Oh, I think there has a change. A great big change has come with this pop culture. I think the kids don't realize that by this culture that what is going on in this world today, and they're not actually being educated in the right way to find out what's going to eventually affect them in their near future.
Oh, wow. So even things that they see on TV, and what about the music they listen to? Do you think that has some type an effect on them as well?
Oh, yes. It has a very, very negative effect because they're not actually seeing, because today we need to be loving each other, and we're not. And we're not. There's too much hate. Yeah, I do agree. And that's with everybody. Yeah, and nobody and everybody's thinking of me. It's an entitlement, and this has got to stop.
Now, let me ask you one last thing. What about parents? What can parents do? Should parents step in and definitely have in terms of making sure that they know exactly what their kids are doing? I know we can't know everything, but should it be a little more rules and regulations in the homes?
I think I'm a little split because, yes, I do think that parents need to get more involved with their kids and not always believe that they're always right. Because there are things that they're doing that they're getting away with.
What about monitoring, though?
Yes, I think there should be more monitoring. It's the sad part about it is how do you deal with correction when even the slightest correction anymore could land you in jail.
Wow, no, you have a good point. Definitely a good point. Well, I certainly appreciate your time. At Sound Off, we give you the opportunity to shout out, meaning say hello to anyone you want to say hello to. So I would like to give you that opportunity at this time.
Hey. That's it. That's okay.
No one you want to say hello to?
No, that's fine.
Okay, thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Okay.
And sponsored by Carolina Teen Health. And I'm going to put you on the spot, team member. The topic this morning is, of course, pop culture. Let's talk about, for example, a young lady as yourself that's trying to, be successful one day and trying to promote a positive image and trying to do things the right way. Now, do you think it's possible for Tanisha to listen to songs such as Neighbors Know My Name and all the songs that promote premature sex? I mean, if you're not ready and you constantly listen to music like that, what is the likelihood of you being successful? Say that part again. Take two. What is the likelihood of you being successful, remaining chaste, and not being involved in a premature relationship before you really mentally and physically know that you're ready?
Well, to get two examples for myself. First of all, I'm at age now where I can listen to music like that and I won't be affected. But as for somebody else who is easily influenced by music and stuff like that, it is very possible for them to be influenced by that kind of music. Like Miss Schofield said, Neighbors Know My Name. Anybody who listens to that song knows what that is about. And I don't think like you should listen to that. And also he has another song called I Invented. I don't know if I can say this on the radio, but he said I Invented Sex. You shouldn't really listen to that either if you're not strong-willed. You should be listening to that, period, to tell you the truth.
Once again, Horry and Georgetown counties, you're listening to Sound Off, heard weekly on your favorite radio station and sponsored by Carolina Teen Health. And again, our topic is pop culture. And I'm so honored to have this very nice man with us on this morning. And he has two beautiful daughters. And what is your name, sir?
My name is Peter Callis.
And are you from Horry County, sir?
I am, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and again, we're talking about pop culture, the effect it has on this generation, and being the father of two beautiful, beautiful daughters. Do you think that the media, what our children listen to, fashion, and all those avenues, do you think it has a negative effect on them?
Yes, I do. I do think it's a major negative effect. Actually, even the stuff on TV, that even the ratings from about 10 years ago, it seems like even the Pt.3 things are not what it used to be. I mean, 10 years ago, you would think used to be rated R, and now it seems like it's just PG-13. And even the stuff on some of these cartoons are it's going too far, and these kids are learning. That's why you have a lot of these teen pregnancies. They're 12 years old and they're already sexually active. And you know, I do seriously believe that it has a lot to do with the things that they're listening to, the type of music, and even though, and a lot of the stuff even on TV that's coming out with, it's just, you know, I wish there was a way to kind of limit the stuff that there's on TV. But the generation these days and how things are becoming, it's getting out of hand, and we're teaching our young kids the wrong direction to go to, and it's just sad. It's just sad that it's coming to that, and that's where a lot of these kids are getting this crazy ideas from, and they're just getting old too quick, and they're not being kids like they're supposed to be, if you ask me.
Now as a parent of two beautiful daughters, now, what do you think, or what would you say is your responsibility as a parent, or should we make sure that we understand that we have some degree of responsibility as well?
Oh, for sure. But it's at the same time, it's actually, and at the same time, it's hard to kind of limit them what they're going to see on TV, and trying to discipline them as well. Trying to get some of the channels like where you can, where you can kind of blank them out and things like that. But I mean, still, it's almost everything and everywhere you see. I mean, even now you're seeing butts on TVs, just naked people. I mean, yeah, you're seeing the butt. And 10 years ago, you wouldn't see that. And these kids are seeing that kind of stuff, and you know, it's just sad that it's just, I don't know what there is to do, and it just keeps getting worse. And I'm glad you guys are out here taking people's opinions and seeing what they got to say about it. You know, yes, and I have two beautiful young girls, and I'm worried about that. You know, I don't want them to I don't want them to grow up too quick. I want them to enjoy their childhood. I don't want them to start getting sexually active, especially with girls these days. And I think sometimes even some of the food I heard that they're putting a lot of hormones in these foods, and you know, and they're developing quicker, and their hormones and everything, and it's just got a lot to do with that kind of stuff. So giving them good nutrition, good food, not a lot of fast food. When I'm here at Sonic, but it was something quick. I usually don't go. I usually cook, but today I had to do something quick and easy. But yes, ma'am, I totally agree with you, and that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to really say about it.
Well, one last thing, and I know you're on the roll, so I want to definitely continue to ask you a few more things. As a dad, again, you have two beautiful daughters, but do you think, a lot of times we think that if you have, mom should talk to the daughters and dad should talk to the sons, but do you think as a father it's necessary for you to set the example and to talk to your daughters as well?
For sure. I think I've even heard the father's got more of an influence on the daughters than the mother has, actually. Being a father, you have to actually be there, I think, to treat them the way they need to be treated as a woman, as a little girl. This way, when they get older, when they pick and choose their boyfriends, they know to be respected in a certain way, and not like these kids, the way they're talking, because they're talking and listening, dressing, all this stuff they're getting from TV. They're not really getting it from the home. It's just what they're seeing and what they're listening to. So yes, I do think a father has to play a major role, both the father and the mother. But for sure, a father should be even with the daughter and the son to discipline them and tell them what they need to hear and show them the right way. That's right.
Man, I certainly appreciate it. At Sound Off, we give you the opportunity to shout out or say hello to anyone you want to say hello to. So I know you're going to say hello to these two beautiful daughters of yours, but anybody else you'd like to say hello to?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My beautiful two little girls, Rachel and Abigail. Her mother, Melissa, and my mother, Miriam, who's been the best mom I've ever had, I could ever wish for.
And once again, what was your name, sir?
And my name is Peter Callis.
Thank you so much. We certainly appreciate your time. At Sound Off, this has been such a wonderful, wonderful day and such a wonderful opportunity to be live at Taco Bell. But like any good thing is, you got to come to an end. So we don't ever leave Sound Off without giving you the opportunity to do some shout outs. So who wants to go first? Talib? Okay, all right.
All right. It's your girl, Tanisha. Shouts out to my parents, Tony and Gwen Pryor, Javon Bland. I love you. Yes, Turk Nice. The rest of the Pryor clan. Yeah, there's a lot of y'all. I don't feel like naming all y'all, but shout out to y'all. Shea Hill Missionary Baptist Church. I got you. And thank you, Taco Bell, for letting us do Sound Off today.
Of course, number one, giving a shout out to the man upstairs for letting us be here and everything. And then shout out to my parents, Tina and David DeBerry. And then I want to give a shout out to the rest of the team members that aren't here today. DeAndre Campbell and Raekwon Groover, Johnny Ray, and anybody else who's in Sound Off. Y'all missed a really good show today. And big shout outs to the class of 2012. You know we in here. We in here.
I want to shout out to my parents, Stephen and April Brown, out there at Fresh Rated Fish Company holding it down for me so I can spend money. And then to Jonathan Brown, my loving brother who sometimes irked me. He a midget, but he my midget. And then I would also like to shout out to Jared Cannon, Jared Dossity. He's supposed to be part of LMFAO.
Ride the ride, father.
Really? Real talk? All right, then.
Until next week, we love you. God bless you. We sound off and
you can sound off too.